Married people of Reddit. What is one thing your partner could do that would instantly make you happier in your marriage? Make me feel desirable. I do all the chasing/instigating. But I'd love to be offered a quickie with a wink and smile, a hand on the junk, or the offer of a blowjob. Even if it was just every month. I had a conversation with my wife about how never initiating makes me feel undesirable. She then initiated once per week, Saturday afternoon, in exactly the same way every time. I told her this comes off like she's treating it like a chore, and it doesn't make me feel like she thinks about me sexually at all. So now I'm an unappreciative arsehole who really needs a dry spell to learn to treasure what he had. Yeah, we've had a similar discussion. Sometimes it feels like she's treating it like a chore. Because it is a chore. It isn't fun to have someone grind on you for 5 seconds, pop, then turn over and go to sleep. I like to take a good 20 to 30 minutes and take my time while ducking. I often switch between cunnilingus and gentle dicking. A blowjob or a hand job would be super appreciated once in a while. Even if she pretended to be into it. We right now have a young child. He is almost 2 and has been teething and just a little grumpy. From the moment I wake up to the moment my son goes to bed, I'm watching him. And if I get distracted like I just did here, I have some heinous mess to clean up. I would love a break. Him going on a walk with our son or something, where instead of cleaning I can take a moment to myself. OMG, just got back from grocery shopping and this blew up. My husband is a good man. He works full time and has recently put in a lot of time making sure that everyone can work from home, so no one at his work has been laid off. He gets up early, goes downstairs and works. Then when he gets off, he has been busting his back removing concrete from our backyard so we can sod and our son can play in the backyard this summer. He putting in time for our family, as am I. In most of these relationship comments, people always seem to be looking for someone to be at fault. I mean, the question is, what is something that could make your marriage better, not what's wrong with your marriage or why you're unhappy in your marriage. I'm sure at any point in any relationship there's always one hypothetical thing that could go better, but we live in the real world that is always going to have stress. The finger pointing for it to be someone's fault reminds me of one of the best pieces of advice I ever got. Treat it as us vs the problem and not us vs each other. No longer married, separated but speaking on phone every day in this lockdown scenario. Admit when she makes a mistake, even if it is only to herself. I don't need to hear an apology or anything. Just whatever it takes not to wade through the same shit for the umpteenth time in over 10 years. My husband and I are, by no means, but we never fight, and we haven't in the almost 10 years that we have been together. No one ever believes me when I say that, but I 100% credit it to the fact that neither of us is afraid to apologize or admit we're wrong. We are only going on 4 years, but same here. No fights. Don't be selfish and own up to your mistakes. Likewise, admit when you feel hurt. Do the dishes for once, as well as laundry. We have 2 kids under 3, and I'm exhausted most of the time. Just do the damn dishes for me, please. Same here. We have one 5-year child. I do all the cooking and all the dishwashing. It started when my wife was pregnant, and then even though I've asked repeatedly, it never seems to get done unless I'm in there doing it. She does other stuff around the house, like cleaning out the cat box, and she is very appreciative of my cooking. But I end up spending probably 2 hours in the kitchen every single day. I'd like a day off now and then. Look after himself. He has been type 2 diabetic 4 years now as a result of poor diet and weight gain. He doesn't take his meds properly, doesn't attend schedules appointments properly, ignores dietitian advice when it comes to what he should and shouldn't eat. It stresses me out that he's basically slowly killing himself. I also makes me doubt whether he will be able to be a responsible parent. He can't even look after himself properly. How could ever trust him with a kid? Other things less serious, but that I think still come under the look after himself umbrella, are things like buying himself new things when he needs them, such as shoes, clothes, etc. Washing his hair with proper shampoo and rinsing with clean water rather than just dunking his head in bath water. Blue, I just wish he would look after himself and have some love for himself. I can't imagine how you justify having a child with this person in the future. I'm wondering that myself. You can't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Sounds like if you have a kid with this person, you're the only one that's gonna raise them. Make any single effort to learn to cook. The most complicated thing my wife does cooking wise is boil noodles. I have to cook everything every day. I'm also the primary income earner in the house, so this happens after working 8 hours a day. This would be nice. I really like to cook. So most days I like to unwind by creatively putting together a healthy, tasty meal for my family to enjoy. But some days I would just like to sit and veg. I don't like the assumption that I'm good with 100% of the responsibility 100% of the time. Either make the decision to work out / get fit, or just get comfortable with the fact that age / lifestyle caught up, and it's okay to not have the flat tummy of your 20s. I realize get comfortable is a tall order and easier said than done, but stressing about it just frustrates both of us. Stop acting like he's some kind of psych expert. 6 years ago he started seeing a therapist to help with his anxiety, and he now sees psych problems in everything. And I mean everything. I have pretty bad asthma, and when I have an attack and use my rescue meds I get the shakes and get a little slow. This is a common side effect of the medication, and it goes away after a few hours. He thinks me shaking is a classic panic attack and tries to calm me down. I've explained it many times. I've shown him stuff on the internet, but it's still a panic attack to him, and he won't leave me alone after I use my rescue meds. Oh, projection. Have a couple session about it. Come home. I'm proud of everything she's doing to make a difference in all this mess. But damn, do I miss having her home. She's in healthcare or another essential function right now. You're both paying the price of her good nature. But mostly her. Good on her. Take this time to trim your pubes and make her some dinner. Best shot at getting it. National Guard. Honestly, a surprise bouquet of flowers, or even a candy bar at the checkout, just because he was thinking of me. Participate more in taking care of the dog. Get the CPAP machine, so we can actually share a bedroom and wake up snuggling every morning. Would definitely buff out my resentment of his ridiculous amount of overtime work and general lack of availability. I made my husband get one because he was getting that grey/yellow color my uncle had right before he dropped dead. My husband's CPAP took a couple months to get, but he's no longer scaring me with his heart attack complexion and looks normal again. His doctor said I probably saved his life. Let your spouse know it's not just about the snoring, but there's a real health benefit to it. It's not really fair for me to answer this question by putting anything on her because she works super hard and she's under a lot of stress. I wish I could make her happier. There's a lot that we do together, and we make a good team at tackling things and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. But then there will be times where I go in to hug her or kiss her and she freezes up or jumps back or turns away. There will be times where I talk to her and she just shuts down. I'll give her things and I can see her die inside. I have worked very hard since fighting out the other end of my own very long battle with depression. And one of my biggest failures in our relationship was that I was too much of the good partner, checking boxes and completing tasks, and not enough of her partner where we could just sit and laugh and be in tune with each other. We are getting back towards that, and that's good. But I don't make her happy like I wish I could. If the sink is full of dirty dishes, don't just keep putting dishes in the sink until you can't even use the faucet to wash your hands or get a glass of water. Place the dishes on the counter next to the sink. Yes, dishes are my responsibility, but there are 4 of us stuck at home 24/7 now, and the dirty dishes pile up much quicker than before. And I'm one of the lucky people that can work from home, so I won't be able to get to the dishes until after my work day is done. I know you hate the look of dirty dishes on the counter, but we still need to be able to use the sink until I get off work. Why does no one understand this? Putting the dishes in the sink Makes it harder to do the dishes. That's my one kitchen pet peeve, and I also kinda enjoy doing the dishes. Find a job they enjoy. Win the lottery. Yup. Happy marriage. Unhappy economy. Money could totally solve all of our problems. Let this man dream. I wish he would help me carry the dishwasher upstairs from the garage. It's too heavy for me to carry by myself, and I'm tired of washing dishes by hand. Surely you can just ask? I've asked quite a few times. In fact, looks like I'm going to have to hire someone to carry it upstairs, but at least this way it'll get done. Well, that's shit. Be less worried about things. I think part of it is she's just bored tbh. She's a very shy person, so doesn't have any friends where we live as she's from a different country. She also has absolutely no hobbies despite being the kind of person who needs one. When she went to art uni she was more happy as she got to practice her main passion, but now she never does anything artistic. She's become a bit of a hypochondriac over the years and worries about the most mundane things constantly. It's not straining out our relationship or anything like that, but it's still frustrating at times. Hypochondriac. That's exactly what a hypochondriac would say. Communicate. For some reason he just can't do it. Sometimes I feel like, if I'd imagine him as a whole mansion, the rooms I'd know would only be the hallway and living room maybe. I feel there's so much he's not letting me in on. Not fears, not hopes, not dreams or just random thoughts or ideas. Nothing ever gets shared by him unless I really dig into it. I love my wife to death, but she is a serial stress bottler. I just wish she'd open and stay open about when something is bothering her instead of waiting until she can't hold it anymore and then breaking down. Bottom 4 ones. Not happening. Holding hands. Doesn't matter if it's at home or when we are walking around. It's a constant reminder. Throw all the credit cards in the fireplace. Up. Can you explain PLZ? She uses credit cards a lot. Okay, I see. We have a dead bedroom, so yes X. Ima ref 24 and Hez 26. Been like this since the beginning of our marriage and it's been 4 years. I've broken down many times and told him about it and said he'll change, but he hasn't. It makes me feel ugly and worthless and maybe I'm the problem. Girl, are too young for that shit. Get couples therapy or leave now. After 4 years, there's no reason it would change. Finding a better fit is not super hard at your age, but don't wait. Yeah, I know, but in the beginning it would be excuses like living with his mom or waking up at 5 AM for work and being tired, and now we have our place and his work hours are 9 to 5, so there shouldn't be anything. He mentioned couples therapy, so we're gonna try it hopefully soon after this pandemic is over. Other than that, I mentioned us just being friends and he just broke down and was surprised when I told him I hadn't cheated. And I had said that if it was the opposite, I know for a fact he would have had cheated multiple times. Save some money. Get a job. Agree to getting a cat, lol. Stop trying to constantly include me in every little thing. Like seriously, I need some space sometimes. She could stop disappearing when I take my schizophrenia medication. Please start going down on me again. Why did he / she stop? Stinky emo equals P. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.